right, good morning. So we're back again after missing a week. Had some work stuff took me away for the better part of a week, but I have returned and trying to remember what we were doing. I think both good and bad. You know, we kind of wrapped up. For some definition, wrapped up. We did the things that we wanted to do with our little Minesweeper game. We had some animation for our tiles and random layouts of mines and those sorts of things. And so the good news is we don't have to try to remember like an existing project and get back into it. Instead, we gotta figure out what we're doing with our next new little practice game, right? So we started with Pong. We did so much stuff with Pong, and then Breakout, and then Minesweeper, and then I wanted to do a platformer, and I was thinking tower defense next after that, and that should be enough practice. I think at that point it might be good to go back and kind of like look for things to polish on the existing games. Might be a next course of action down the road. And then I do have some game dev stuff I've been kind of brainstorming for actual games I want to build. So I think there will be like this intersection, right, between like practice, just for practice's sake. This is what we've been doing for the last 9 streams. And then looking at specific game mechanics and ideas and things for some of the games I do want to build. And like look for opportunities to kind of like work on those things together. Some of which I think I have in the platformer. I guess, let's see, things that I wanted to do in this platformer practice game. So I've heard of Animation Player. I've not dug too much into it. A level map with progression, right? So the idea of having like, you have multiple levels and you can go between them. Like you complete. So the thing I think of with this is like, the first thing comes to mind, platformer plus level map with progression, is like Super Mario World. Saving, being able to save the game is interesting. I think we'll have to think about what that means in the context of a platformer. What are we saving? Very unlike Super Mario. Well, I mean, there's definitely progression saving, right? From the overworld map. Dynamic music was something that I thought was could be a cool thing to work on. So like having different soundtracks and playing different ones based on, I guess, the level. Or rather having a bunch of different soundtracks with different tags and then randomly like shuffling between them based on tags on the level was kind of what I was thinking there. NPCs. So we've had some limited amounts of AI in our games. I guess, you know, we had a very basic AI with the paddle and Pong. I guess that was about it, huh? So actually having non-player characters that can walk around the world, and then having dialogue. So playing around with some dialogue options I think will be good. So that's probably the next 2 streams. I don't know how many. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see how that looks. I think we took some pains to make a template repo. Do I want to keep using that template, or do I want to just like start from blank slate today for our platformer? Take a sip of coffee while I think about that. Well, what's in the template? What is in the template? Also, Hey, I have 69 followers now on GitHub. Woo. Let's see. Oh, I haven't pinned to those repos, have I? Okay. I'm up to 100 repos as well. Let's see. So we have our template. Let's see. It might be good to compare what's in the Minesweeper game we worked on the last couple of streams. It was just like 2 streams, right? It felt like it went pretty quickly. And kind of compare here to our template to see if there's like stuff we could pull back in. Like export presets, I messed in the template. I know that. Obviously there's a bunch of stuff in like our basic like game manager and game scripts that aren't going to carry over. Like, yeah, it's fine. What are in these? The main thing our template does for us, besides just like, oh, it's a GitHub repo, we can clone it, is that it provides us a default theme and the material that we got that has the shader with the cool background effect that we're using on all of our little practice projects. Did I put anything? Okay, it's just empty folders here for kind of like, here's how you would organize different kinds of assets, which maybe is a way of doing it. I feel like the whole like project structure stuff is something that is going to be, I don't feel very confident that this is the way. And I think once we get further down the road on a larger project, that then I will feel whatever emerges from that, I'll have a better sense of what's good or not. I think that's probably my hesitance on using the template, is that just like this, I don't feel strongly that, oh yeah, this is the way. I want to do everything this way going forward. But this does provide me with a nice little, you know, menu and splash screen and key binding stuff and all that. And I feel like if I use the template, actually, let's double check something here. Did I change anything inside of UI? No, that's good, right? So when we work on new games, practice or otherwise, we can like compare these things and see, you know, is there lessons learned, or, you know, I think there's a lot that can be improved with like the key binding and the volume, and like all the settings UI stuff can be, we could have a fancier base one. Okay, let me just double check that I didn't already create the repo that I intend to create. I think not. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a, I'm gonna go to the template and say, create new repository from the template. We're gonna call it Godot Platformer, special guide. Hold on. Oh, that's too bad. You know, that used to be the case. I probably said this on stream at some point not too long ago. It used to be when you click this, it would cycle and it would give you other names. Oh wow. My practice platformer game to learn Godot. And it's public, like all this stuff on stream is. Oh, I still didn't do the thing I said I was going to do, which was to copy in the, hold on, let's, do I have, yeah, I have the template. Okay, let's open the template project, and we're gonna fix the thing, just so that I don't forget yet again. Right, so here's our template project, and the thing that our other projects have that this one doesn't, let's see. Can I open? You gonna open VS Code? I thought it was gonna open VS Code. It doesn't seem to want to. Let's, I just want to open the files of the project in VS Code. There we go, all right. Oh, hey, look, it's the stuff that we had to do. Show 9x9 grid. Oh, wait, this is... Yeah, okay. Is this shared across... I guess this is the Markdown Notes plugin shares the notes across all, like, whatever folder you have open. Or I added these notes here. I seem to recall actually thinking, oh, didn't I put a bunch of notes in the markdown thing and then they went away? Is it because I put them in the template? Anyway, let's see, file, new window. Move this off to the side for a moment so I can find the right folder. Let's see, open recent, Godot Minesweeper. And so here's our Minesweeper project. Mobile support. Yeah, it is separate. When we have a different folder open, the plugin has a separate set of notes. That's cool. When did I install Prisma? Fun. Sure, whatever. Okay, so we wanted to copy export presets, because the lack of export presets in the template is breaking the build automation. Paste. Right, and this provides the configuration for, hey, here's how you compile for web, Windows, and Linux. All right. I think that's the main thing I wanted to do here. Let's close this folder, and then we're gonna push this change. And copy. And then go to project list. Cool, cool, cool. And then, so I don't think import, yeah, no. It'd be really cool if there was a, this is just me being lazy, right? It's like, okay, I just created the repo on GitHub. Can you just clone it for me and open it in Godot? But no, that's fine. Yeah, go away. Git clone. Yep. There we go. PowerShell. All right. Oh, what did I call it? Platformer. Okay. There's our new project. Yeah, I trust me. It's okay. Paste that. Nope. Did I copy the wrong thing? It's very possible. Very possible. Yeah, I probably right-click that instead of this. Hey, idiot coder. Is there another name that you would like me to use to address you? That's going pretty good. How's it going? I chose the name. Okay. All right. Going pretty good. Just getting started on select the folder to scan. Interesting. Can I just import? And then we look for Godot something or other. Godot platformer. Okay, import. I'm a principal architect. If you ever meet one who doesn't think they're an idiot, run. Just run. A principal architect, you say. Interesting. I might know one or two of those. Oh. I think they, I wouldn't in any way describe them as, well, let's see what you said. Who doesn't think that they are themselves? Yeah, sure. I think, it's helpful to come into things with a bit of humility. That's fair. All right, so, speaking of which, so this is my 10th stream of doing game dev in Godot. I'm doing one of these a week, and so that's kind of like setting the bar, right? Of like, I'm fairly new to doing this, so I'm just kind of figuring stuff out as I go along, and yeah. Oh, right. Source control, there we go. What changed here? Nothing. It thinks nothing changed. That seems... All right, let's change placeholder. So this is going to be... yeah, let me just do this. The main thing I wanted to do is I wanted to check in this exports presets because we need that going forward, and I already added to the template. And then everything else I think I'll just change inside of the editor. So this is our, I'm just gonna make it the same name as the repository. And then I don't have versions or any of that stuff. Interesting. I never really looked at this boot splash thing. Hold on one second. Save. Doesn't the game menu just use the name of the game? I think it does. Yeah, there you go. All right. Interesting. Didn't I have a my own little splash screen for this? And why isn't it showing up? So in game menu. No. Huh. Going back to main. We have game scene. We have to turn the music down a little bit. It's a little loud. We have game menu that overlaps that. And then game menu has the start screen and pause screen. Oh, interesting. So my little splash screen setup stuff did not get included in the template that I'm using, that I made a number of weeks ago. Interesting. But I'm really curious about something I just saw, which is that there was a boot splash, P-L-A-S-H. Project settings. Minimum display time, show image, use filter. Interesting. So maybe let's take a look at this. Okay. So if I was okay with my little boot splash thing just being a static image, then I could use this feature to do that rather than baking my own thing, which is what I had done. I think we did that in the Pong game initially, right? But of course the splash scene that I did have that is not in here, so it didn't make it into the template, had like a what'd you call it? A material and a shader, right? The same background with the moving graphics. But yeah, okay. I guess in that case, okay, let's do this. While I'm thinking about it, let's go back to our template, and I think I'm going to open some issues. So, remove leftovers of old splash screen. Great. And then add default project boot splash. With my own graphic, my own PNG to be specific, since according to the docs, it has to be a PNG. Okay, well that'll be. I'm gonna probably accumulate some things, like as we discover more things about like useful stuff to carry forward on these projects. Okay, so anyway, back to Godot, in which we are trying to make a platformer. So all this menu stuff is besides the point. We have a game scene, and in the game scene there's currently nothing. So how do we make a platformer? Well, let's see. First we need a platform, and I think the first thing that comes to mind is not the right thing in this case for me, because I've watched a bunch of videos. We've done things with Godot at this point. So like, I could jump into like, okay, let me make a scene for a player. Let me make, and do all this stuff. But we're just gonna like do the bare bones stuff. Yep. Platform, tile set, tile map, character controller, camera, and then it's all mechanics. Yes. In this 2D scene, I've not played around a lot with the camera or with like parallax. Let's add that to the list of stuff to figure out though, because that's a good point. Those are cool features that we all like, right? And probably more like immediate than most of these other things. There we go. So camera. Yeah, you said ghost camera plugin? I will take a note. We'll look at that soon. And then parallax will be cool. Okay. Come on, I want to zoom in. There we go. All right. And this is what we're focused on. Okay. So, we want like a static something or other. Static body 2D for the platform. I think. Right? Not an area 2D. That's for detecting like stuff entering an area. And not rigid body, static body. So just call this platform. Yep. And then we need to have a something or other. You guys, it's been a year since I touched Godot. I still remember way too much. Yeah, it's funny how things like that just like come back to you. Anyway, it'll tell us right here, right? Collision shape. Yes, collision shape. Let's do collision shape 2D. And then we want a rect. Great. Oh, and it's a bot. Goodbye, bot. All right, and then we probably want a sprite. Yep, exactly. Well, we don't want invisible platforms. Let's just use like a placeholder texture. There's a thing I can do, right? No, not like that. Not like that. I give you credit for being able to stream. I could never just blog. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, writing a blog is much harder. Like, this is just stream of consciousness. As long as I just don't, like, get stuck in my head or, like, just too, like, yeah, it's a thing. But, I don't know. Like, writing a blog is, like, it gives me too much time to think about what I'm trying to say. How do I, like, there's a way to take the sprite and make it the, no, I just have to resize it, right? Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do the sprite. And then, we have some kind of snapping, right? No, that's grouping. Use smart snapping. There we go. It's never perfect though. Can I, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's just the bot talking. Okay. Okay, that's almost right. Yeah, I guess that's good. Okay, so we have a platform. Hurrah. I feel like these should be like that, and then we move this. Yeah? Yeah, that's probably better. And then let's add a character body 2D. And this shall be the player. And it is like, oh, you need to have a collision shape. So we add a collision shape, which is saved here. We've already done that. And then this needs a shape. And so this is going to be just a rectangle for now. And we will be this size. If I caps, oh right, ramps. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about capsule. Thank you. Let's be a capsule. Let's be a slightly narrower capsule. There we go. Maybe like that. How's that relative to the platform? Oh, that's tiny. Let's be bigger. Okay. And then a sprite. I don't know why I'm typing when I could just... It's like that. There we go. And it's placeholders. It's placeholders all the way down. Yeah, cool. Cool. And then we attach a script to the character body 2D, and we use the template. I have a scripts folder in my flip the order on the left tree, and it's easier to place collision. Yes, good point. Of like, oh, goodbye. Of like having the sprite above. Yeah. There we go. All right, and then we move the player. No, not the collision shape. Move the player. Here. Let's see. Motion mode grounded. We actually finally want grounded motion mode. Floor, stop on slope. What does that do? If true, the body will not slide on slopes. If false, will slide on floor slopes and velocity applies a downward. Yeah, we can slide on slopes. Block on wall. It doesn't slide backwards. What does that mean? If false, the body will slide on floor slopes when velocity applies a downward force. I mean, downward from that viewpoint. Block on wall. If true, the body will be able to move on the floor only. This option avoids. Okay, so turning this on means you can't walk on walls, but you can slide down along them. Okay, cool. Max angle. Maximum angle in radians, except it displays the degrees. Where it's still considered a floor rather than a wall. Okay. Sure. Moving platform, collision. Okay. Is this... oh yeah, let's go back to the script. So I think our default script, we have a speed, we have jump velocity, and we have some things. I think, does the default template, or not default template, but the template that I made for this, did we have stuff in the input map? Yeah, move left and move right. Which is A and S for me because that works on my keyboard. Let's add a jump. I guess for consistency's sake, maybe I'll call it move jump. And we will make a space key be that. So we have move left, move right, and move jump. Instead of using the UI input. Actions. And this should be fine, right? So if we're on floor, if we're not on floor, add gravity based on how long since the last frame. If we just pressed jump, interesting, and we are on the floor, so we can only jump if we're on the floor. We set Y velocity to be jump velocity, and then we handle X and left and right, and move and slide. Okay, so does this work? Nope. Right, because some of the stuff in the template is broken. So non-existent function, reset game, and node game manager. Well, we need reset game. Don't, maybe just for now do nothing. All right, what else? Okay, we can jump and move left and right. I mean, what more do you need, really? And then we can fall off. Cool. So let's see. One thing I want to do is I want to add a note or an issue in our template repo to add empty reset game to game manager, so we don't have that issue next time around. Cool. And there's a lot of things I could do now, right? I could be like, okay, well, if the player falls off, well, let's do that. Let's have an area 2D for if the player falls into the void. And then I think I want to check out that camera plugin that you were talking about, Idiot Coder. So area 2D, add a collision shape, add a rectangular shape, we'll have this be right below the viewable area. I probably want to make this quite a bit wider to handle things.
Lucky, you and me on the Charles.
There we go.
I could die right now, Glenn.
Dead zone. And then we add a script. Idiot Code says, I think I need to move my game to Godot. 3GS just isn't performing well enough for you. It's been a long time. I played around with 3GS, 3GS, yeah. And there's at least there was at the time, FizzJS as well, that interface with it. I played around with that a long while ago. I'm kind of curious about what are you doing that's not. That sounds accusative. What's going on in it? It's getting lag just from some simple shaders. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I've not played too much around with the shaders in this. But it's something where it seems decent, even with just like the GD script stuff. Should be fine. Just don't understand what's going on. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it may be something that's like something specific to the shader that's. I don't know. I don't know what that would be in here or in 3JS. Okay, so for this dead zone, what we want to do is we just want to say We go to node, and we want to say area entered. And oh wait. Do I want? Do I want to not have a script on the dead zone and have the player, like have the signal connect to the player? Or do I want to have the signal no, because this gives the area 2D. How's this supposed to work? Not like that. Hold on. Can we? Oh, right. Right, it's body entered is the thing we want. Right, body entered. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, I was confused about that argument because so this will get called when a body enters the dead zone area, right? And so we could have some things here that says like if this is a player, then we do something to the player. But there's only one player, so why not just have the signal connect to the player? Why indeed? Just because the signal is going to be connecting to the player object doesn't mean that the thing that entered the area is the player, though. On the other hand, I feel like that detail of like identifying what the player is something the player is going to know better. Yeah, you may have monsters running that can fall. This lets you clean them up, but they fall off screen. Oh, that's a good point. Not just this. Well, right. True. Okay. Yeah, you've convinced me. We're gonna stay the course here. So we're gonna connect this to here again, and we're gonna say, hey, if anything enters on, so there you go. If body is depends on game mechanics though. Yeah, that's fair. So here is what Copilot is suggesting, which is always fun. So if the thing that is in the if it's in the dead zone, if it is a character body 2D, we zero the velocity, we emit a bunch of stuff, we queue free, we do all sorts of things. I don't want to do most of that. I think if the body is a character body 2D, we can keep this part. Setting the velocity to 0 is interesting. I don't know why I would care to do that, but we can definitely do like player.queueFree. Let's rename this because this may not be the player. This could be, let's say character. There you go. If the character is the player, I don't want to do it like that, but we can say if character dot velocity goes to 0 because dying animation is usually played on a static entity. Yeah. Yeah, because theoretically intersecting with the zone, like I guess we could move the zone a little bit higher, but even still, if the top pixel of the dead zone is at the bottom of the screen, then the sprite of the character will be mostly visible. Is there like a Is in group. There we go. Yeah, but we're not going to do any of that. We have a game manager object dot game over. Okay. So yeah, that's fair. Let's character dot velocity is 0. Okay. Let's move our dead zone up a little bit. There we go. That Game Dev TV bundle right now is calling me just for the character controller lesson. Oh, so some kind of like tutorial series or something like that. Okay, so we have that. We want to put this player in a group. Where do I find that? Where's the group stuff? That's the hazard with like, oh, there it is, groups. I've done it once. Add a new group. Player. Is it global? Could be. Oh, I have a ball group from before. $25. Godot classes. It's not bad. This stuff was usually really good. Interesting. I'm not much for. It's funny to say, right? You know, this is not a tutorial. Kind of obviously, right? This is me like figuring stuff out, and either it's either edifying or entertaining for those who are watching this. But I'm not much for like watching, like doing a course, right? Watch while you do code reviews, see if I can pick up a tip. Sure, that's fair. I don't know. I can like watch a tutorial, but I guess maybe it's just I don't have a long enough attention span. Like I'm much more interested in like targeted, like here's how to do one specific thing, right? And it's just like a specific takeaway, rather than trying to, you know. But yeah, I guess watching streams and hangouts and streams is kind of equivalent to that for me. So yeah, that's what you want, just suck at 3D character controllers. Yeah, at some point we'll have to do some 3D stuff here probably, but most of my focus right now is on 2D. Your shader food has gotten a lot better lately. Nice. I know a little bit of like fragment and vertex shader like terminology and like conceptually, but I've not done a lot with it even over the years. Okay, so we made a thing that will emit a signal if the player falls off the screen. So there's a game over signal. Do I really want to call the game? I don't think I want to call the game over signal. I want to call reset game on the game manager for now. We can do something else where it's like, oh, you lost a life, or maybe we have a separate function for like this function is intended because it's hooked onto from the menu as well for like a level restart, right? Like reset the level. So how do we reset the level? Well, we don't have a level, really, strictly speaking, anyway. So for now, I think let's let's see, we have a transform, right? So I can probably just do something like I'm gonna cheat. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Oh yeah, did I? I'm sure that in the plugin, no globals, yeah, all of our auto load stuff is already preset. That's where the game manager is getting loaded in, and that's why it's available. So that was in the template. Okay, I think for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new signal. Game reset. And then calling reset game just emits the game reset signal. And then, okay, so dead zone calls reset game. And then it will be the responsibility of the player to receive. Now we'll probably do it on the game. Okay. So. What do I want to do? I want to actually do something very similar to that, where we call reset. No, not reset game. Game reset.connect on game reset, and then we create that function, and then we just want to say on ready var player equals. Well, it's not an node2d. Well, it is a node2d, but it is specifically a character body 2d. And then we want to say we want to reset the position and velocity of the player to something. And this is where I'm going to cheat, because I'm just going to grab the current coordinate here of 698. 698. It's not 400, is it? 457? Alright, so when the game resets, we just put the player back. That way we can have a kind of a loop here where we can new game, then we can walk off the platform. And it didn't work. Oh, right, because we queue free. We don't, right. Yeah. That doesn't work because we remove the player. So let's not do that. Boop. All right. Welcome to my my jump into the void simulator. Anyway, so it's a start. It would be cool to have the camera follow the player, and we can have a level that's more than a single screen. In fact, I think all of our little practice games so far have been like a single view where the camera, our perspective on the world, doesn't change at all. So that can be something that I can work on after the break, which really just makes me too. Oh yeah, restart level is not a thing, huh? Since they want to run ads, and I don't want to have ads running more often than I have to, so we just take a break every hour, and then I can go get some water and stretch my legs, and we can come back and figure out, why do I have both of. So we have restart level and reset game. And why are those different? I don't really remember. Restart level. What's supposed to be the difference here? Okay. Let's what's the difference between reset game and restart level? Okay, well, I'll be back in just a few.